Welcome to Exploring the Coves, a video series where we discuss the many facets of our estate that make it such a wonderful place to live.
The farm De Rust Grootplaats came up for sale, and John Webb was a property agent in Randburg, Santon area, and he got to hear of it, came out, had a look at it, liked the concept of the farm, and contacted Phil Erasmus. He also contacted Mike Barnes, who is a property developer. We got together, discussed it. Phil and I were a little bit skeptical at the moment because we were not property people, but Mike put us in his helicopter and brought us out here, and we had a good look at it. Low range flying, parked off, and went back to Mike's house and spent the rest of the day discussing what we could do. We bought the farm in 1999, and we took transfer on the 3rd of November 1999. We spent 4 years doing surveys, research into what to do with the development. In the meantime, we carried on farming. Obi Scrooby, who owned the farm, remained here for a while, and then when he and his wife left, Craig Murray and his wife Lee took over the farm and lived here, and today they're still living on the property. I was then given the responsibility to run the project for my partners, and what I did was put together a technical management team consisting of architects, land surveyor, town planner, civil engineer, mechanical engineer, and marketing expertise. And that team got together once every fortnight to discuss what we're planning to do. And Rob Ketchen was the marketing man, and he had just completed the Irene estate, and he's one of the gurus of the property world in South Africa. And Rob brought Daphne on board as his sales lady.
I had been busy with other developments. I had started a development at Caribbean Beach Club, which is on the other side of the dam, and brought a lot of my expertise from that over to the Coves. Heron Cove is actually a township on its own, and it was a development that hadn't worked out initially. So we were very fortunate. We had these stands available that we could start selling. We had a wonderful launch in a little coach, a railway coach, down at the waterfront that was derelict. We tidied that all up, we grassed the area a little bit, and we invited every single person we knew. That was the best way to start, and we had a very successful launch. In fact, our very first stand, which is stand number 1, next to the slipway, was purchased by Peter Kurz, who is the developer owner of the property next door, and is still, to this day, still belongs to him. However, it went successfully. We sold 4 stands, which was pretty good on the first day, and everything began from there.
Valentine's Day 2004, I'll never forget that day. It was the day we proclaimed, and we had a launch at Fish Eagle.
And didn't realize that mealies grow much faster than we'd anticipated. So on the day of the launch, we couldn't see the stands. However, we had to make a plan, so we built some mounds, we got some buckies, we had some people standing with flags, and we had people all over the place standing, showing on the back of buckies, and we managed to sell quite a few on that day. But needless to say, the people walking amongst the millies, you couldn't even see them. They had disappeared completely.
After 2004, once we'd had the site development plan approved and everything was underway, we started with the infrastructure, and we had good engineers working with us. We hadn't skimped at all.
So it was rather a matter of doing things a little slowly rather than doing things too quickly, so that we would land up with a good product.
We started with the roads first, from the main gate all the way down to the waterfront was the first section we put in. Then we did Fish Eagle, and then we did up through Mountain up to Bass Cove. What Rob Kitchen wanted us to do was to actually break the estate up into sections, into 7 coves basically, and each one having a slightly different theme because it had a different position and a lookout around the dam.
We had the opportunity, because of the combination of sectional title and full title, people could actually have a first-time home, a starter home, and then they could progress to a house if they wanted to. So it just has created an opportunity for people to live here as long as they want.
The Coves, naturally perfect.